Good afternoon. How are you doing today? My name is Benjamin Getford, and I'm here to give you a little bit of information about myself. Today I'll be telling you about where I'm from, my career, and my future goals. I was born in Clare, Michigan, and moved around a little bit while my dad was at the end of his Army career, but I tend to call Gladwin, Michigan home since that is where I spent most of my life. I grew up on 20 acres out in the middle of the woods and spent just about 100% of my time hunting and fishing and playing basketball. When I wasn't doing those hobbies, I was helping my dad throughout the house and around the house. Chores included going out and cutting wood for the furnace for the winter since my parents don't use gas to heat our house. We grew our own food and shot our own wild game. My mother canned all the food so that we'd have food throughout the winter. So I spent a lot of time in the garden and the woods helping my father and learning how to take care of myself and my future family. I learned how to kill and butcher deer, rabbits, and squirrels, make jam, can pickles, venison, fish, among other things. I feel like my work ethic came from growing up in this type of environment, which would later on become helpful to me in choosing my Air Force career. After graduating high school, I wasn't sure on what I wanted to do with my life. I wasn't big into the whole school idea at the time and was thinking about getting married, but I didn't want to end up at some dead-end job in northern Michigan just making ends meet. So what did I do? I went and talked to a recruiter, the Air Force recruiter to be exact. My dad really wanted me to be in the Army, be a combat engineer or a sapper like him, but I really wasn't into that idea. So after talking to the recruiter and looking at a few jobs that would help me on the outside, I decided to settle on civil engineer because I figured after separation or retirement, that'd be a great skill to have on the outside. Since I've been in, I've spent 9 years in active duty Air Force. I've been stationed at 3 different assignments, including New Mexico, Guam, and Arizona. I've been to 26 different states and 10 different countries. And I have constructed airfields, buildings, schools, and whole entire bases for coalition forces and local populations throughout the Middle East and Europe, including Iraq, Qatar, UAE, and Kuwait. But out of all those assignments, Guam is definitely the place I would call my favorite assignment. I've never met so many amazing people and such an amazing culture. The food, hospitality, and people were just beautiful. The island is beautiful with its crystal clear warm waters, amazing hunting and fishing, and everybody treats people like their own blood family. I've never met any culture like this. I learned some of the language. We just got involved in the culture, and now we have a family on an island across the world that we plan on visiting very soon in the near future. I've experienced more in the 9 years that I have been in the military than most people would have in their entire lives. And the best part is my wife and my daughter have been able to experience these adventures along with me. Once I decide to retire or separate from the military, I would like to build or buy a house way up in northern Michigan and open up my own tackle store or barbecue restaurant. 2 of my favorite hobbies, bass fishing and barbecue. There isn't much for barbecue up there in northern Michigan, so I would take everything I've learned throughout my travels and incorporate it into my recipes and make the best barbecue around. I would like to call my future restaurant Grill Sergeant's Barbecue. I really don't want anything too big, just something to pass the time, to make a little bit of extra money so I can have spending money to hunt and fish as much as possible after retirement. In conclusion today, I talked about my life, where I'm from, my career, and my future goals. If you would have any comments or questions, you can go ahead and leave a comment in the comment box below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.